Well, we're outside Tynwald. They're on a lunch break at the moment. Barry Murphy's with us again in the sense of you're keeping up the pressure. You had this demonstration in the street over the weekend. Now, I think I've counted 19 people here today. So it's a hardcore. Is this because it's a work day, or do you think you're losing interest? Are people losing interest, or what?
I think 20 minutes ago there was more than people than there is here now. Some people have had to go. I know some people parked the car up for 10 or 15 minutes to come and support us, and then they've had to get back in the car again before getting the ticket. I think the support is there. I think unfortunately unfortunately or unfortunately, protesting in the Isle of Man is a bit of a new concept really. People aren't too sure about it. I know the first time I came down to one of these protests, I was a little bit kind of unsure about what I was doing and the reasons for it. But in actual fact, it's quite a fulfilling experience, and I think to tell people come down and sort of express their feelings and meet the other people here and see that we're actually a good bunch of people. The numbers will basically stay down, but it's all about building. People actually, Paul, I just want to say, people think for whatever reason that the system, in this case the Manx Gas Isle of Man government system, is never going to change, and that is actually a very poor indictment on Manx society and the way that the Manx public think. In actual fact, it's really quite sad that people think like that. I get these messages and I get these postings on our Facebook group all the time that you people are just simply not going to make a difference. Nothing will ever change over here. And you know what? That's the reason, more so, that there's not more people here.
Okay. The interesting thing, other people have covered demos for a long time. They do a demo and that's the end of it. You are keeping this going, and what's your next intention? I mean, obviously today the head of Manx Gas is inside talking and briefing MHKs. I presume you're hoping to have a word with him in a few minutes' time?
I wouldn't say I'm hoping. I would have a word with him if he wants to have a word with me, but at the end of the day, I'm just one of his customers. That's all I am. I'm just a gas-paying customer. If he wants to speak to me, I'll speak to him. If he doesn't want to speak to me, that's absolutely fine too. I really don't mind. As I said before, the only people who can fix this is the government and Manx Gas. I can't fix it. These people here can't fix it. All we can do is push.
And what is your next push? What's your next part you're going to do?
Top of my head, it's the 11th of December, 1 p.m, outside Murdoch House, Manx Gas headquarters.
Just demonstrating or going in there, or
what we're doing is we're trying to be peaceful here. We're not troublemakers, and it's very careful. That it's very important that we don't get branded as troublemakers, because we're not. I've never been in trouble in my life. So the intention is to go down there, and I guess if some of the people that go down, if they're Manx Gas customers and they want to go in and question the Manx Gas administration staff on bills, they're more than entitled to do so.
Have you had your moment though? Because everyone's been invited in to question their bills. Have you taken avail of that?
I went into Manx Gas the last day. You were actually down there the same day. I went in that day with my placard, but I didn't go in as a demonstrator or a protester. I actually went in as a customer.
Yeah.
I've actually got 2 meters that I pay for, not just one. So I actually give them a little bit more than some people. So within 2 minutes of being in that office, I was offered to go from Band E down to Band A, and I politely told the lady to keep it, because that to me actually makes more of a mockery of this whole scenario than most other things I've heard along the way.
So I can offering you a discount, were they?
Well, you say it was a discount, but of course then if you go on to Band A, you've got to pay a higher unit charge. So in actual fact, there's not really any difference. But even if there was a difference, I wouldn't have accepted it anyway. Because what about all the other people? Because when I asked the question, well, what about all the other people? Are you going to offer them different bands? Her reply was, I'm dealing with you.
Right.
So in actual fact, that's not how it works. There has to be a fair system, a system of clarity, a system of transparency, that everybody knows exactly what they're paying on a monthly basis.
Is this your group spreading slightly? I've heard whispers that Jersey and Guernsey looking at what you're doing here. Have you had any reaction down there?
I'm stirring it.
You're stirring it?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm stirring it. I'm trying to, in a friendly, polite way, in a law-abiding way, trying to get Jersey Gas customers to come and join our group, and to slowly but surely ask them questions on the banning charges that they're paying. Because in actual fact, as badly and all as we're being treated up here in the cold Isle of Man, in the slightly warmer climates of Jersey, they're actually paying more than we are.
So it's just Jersey, is it? They're not Guernsey, just
well, we haven't moved to Guernsey yet, because I'm not actually entirely sure. I've not looked at banning charges in Guernsey, but we might move on to Guernsey next week. We don't know.
So your protests go on, and what we don't know, in a few minutes' time, we're expecting the head of Manx Gas to come out here. So we'll pick up if there's anything to show, see what happens, and the pressure's still on. Basically, you're not letting up.
The pressure's on, and to be honest with you, the pressure's getting hard, is getting stronger, because, as I said in an interview to another station a little while ago, there's too much secrecy here. There's too much silence. The government has to come forward and tell the people what is really happening. The Attorney General needs to come forward and tell the people whether or not something can be done with this agreement. Mr. Ashford, any other MHK can come forward and say, we've had legal advice, our legal advice says this agreement has to stay. Well, the Attorney General has, I was led to believe, been looking at this agreement. Why hasn't the Attorney General had the decency to come forward and tell the Manx General Public exactly where they stand with this agreement? When we know that, then we can move on to the next stage. But as far as I'm concerned, we're still at the first set of red lights. We haven't moved anywhere. We've not done anything because nobody's any clear on what we're actually supposed to be doing. Okay. You know, they're in there talking about something, but in actual fact, I don't think they fully understand what they're actually talking about. If they are in there, because we've not seen anybody go in and we've not seen anybody come out. We're only led to believe they're in there because, yet again, because of the secrecy, Manx Gas and the Isle of Man government didn't formally announce that they were having this hearing in here today, which in actual fact, some would say, treats the customers, the consumers, the public with a little bit of disrespect. We deserve to know. If we have the decency to come down here and have our voice, they should have the decency to answer us and let us know what they're doing.
Just quickly, I should ask you, we thought that charter, that was their reaction, wasn't it, to bring out this charter? I mean, other people were quite surprised they hadn't had a charter before, but what was your reaction?
Well, I mean, there was you know, somebody asked me about this last night, and, you know, I'm a taxi owner driver, and, you know, we every business has a customer charter. It's all about customer service, you know. Somebody gets in, the car should be clean, I should be clean, I should get them to where they want to go safely. It's all about providing a good service. What Manx Gas didn't announce, state or otherwise in their customer charter is what they were going to do about Manx Gas banding standing charges. They announced nothing, so in actual fact nothing changed. It was what we call a whitewash, basically. It makes people more angry because it's almost treating people like they're silly and stupid. People aren't silly and stupid, they see beyond all this. I certainly do.